あいつはあの時の。
よくぞここまで来た。
あなた一度会ってるわね。もしかしたら一度じゃないかもしれないけ
ど。どうやら記憶を取り戻しつつあるようだな。
取り戻す？まさか。
そう、気がついたか。お前たちの記憶は私が消しているのさ。何度も何度もここに来るたびにな。この遺跡に安置されているどんなゾンビでも一瞬で倒せる宝玉を手に入れるという目的、覚えているやつが果たして何人いるかね。
貴様、人の記憶を勝手に。
そう生きり立つな。お前たちの記憶はほれ、あの宝玉にちゃんと入れてあるぞよ。それに繰り返し遺跡を通ったことで、お前たちは最初にここへ来た時よりも格段に強くなっている。もうお前たちに宝玉は必要あるまい。
だからといってあなたに感謝する気にはなれません。
私は感謝しているよ。なぜなら強くなったお前たちを食らえば、それだけ私が強くなれるんだからな。
気性言ったらないわね。寝言は脳髄ぶちまけてからいくらでも言うといいわ。
記憶を消されても相変わらず口の減らないやつだ。次は減らず口も聞けないほどきれいさっぱり記憶を消してやるよ。
So, because I had said I had skipped, when I did these the first time, I had just skipped the story stuff. That looked a lot like what it was the first time, with the exception of Misery poking in there. So I wonder if, because I have the volume very low to reduce echo, so I really gotta wonder if maybe it is literally the same thing, which would make translating it pretty easy if it is. The one thing I had also looked into to discover was special moves, because I had been saying I wasn't sure how to do those. Turns out it is triangle and circle to do those. Let's sacrifice a bit more health. There was one issue I had found, and I think it was the issue I had before, because at the end of the last session I had died and said that I called it quits then. I thought it was strange that I died because I had invincibility on, but it turns out if you look real close, when I take damage, and I'll wait a second to do so, the health is subtracted for a split second from my health bar, which I'll probably have zoomed in on to make my point very clear. And when that happens, if it drops under 0, so if they do more damage than you have total health, you will die, because the game will think your health has dropped below 0, even if it's for a split second and it was recovered, it hit 0 and that is that. So even though I could do the thing where I go into the hyper mode one more time, I do have enough HP to do so. However, oh yeah, the special, by the way, triangle and circle, like I said, that's the special when you have no meter, is this. It's very good. It's actually better than the one you get from charging up. But yeah, the reason why I'm not going to do it another time is because there's a chance the boss might do more damage than I have health. Because that happened a couple times. One thing I noticed while playing this was when you don't have this the mode where you don't react from getting hit, it can be unbearable. So I remember starting a couple missions where, and a lot of the missions stop being kill this many zombies and just become defeat the boss, and bosses are so boring. But here's a full special, by the way, it's just a bunch of waves. Works better if you're fighting multiples of enemies instead of just a boss. But like I said, almost every mission after that became fight a boss. Oh look, the other one caught up. There's multiple ones on this stage, that's what's different from the final boss we fought already. But yeah. so you'll notice that I've been slashing for a while. I have a maxed out weapon. In most games you think, well, when your weapon's maxed out, everything should be super easy. These bosses are actually considerably weaker. But some of the bosses, you just hack at them forever and ever, and it is boring as shit. And if you're actually reacting to getting hit, so, like, I can imagine the game becomes unplayable at times. Because there were times where I just became so thoroughly, like, ganged up on by enemies that I was like, yeah, I feel like all my health would have just disappeared in a couple seconds there. It really was unbearable. Even Invincible was unbearable, because it would be like, when you have a bunch of guys shooting at you, and then you also have someone comboing next to you, and then you have a group that are doing like just one hit at a time around you, it's like, yeah, I probably would have died in a couple seconds and had to do the whole thing over. And even when you're playing Invincible... Why did that one die already? Yeah, I guess these ones are pretty weak, because there's just so many of them. But even when you're Invincible, you just... When so much stuff's happening and you can't move for a long time, it's just annoying. And it would be like, while I'm waiting to get the mode where I stop reacting to attacks, it would be like I would get 2 hits in and then wait a couple seconds to get like another 1 or 2 hits in. Sometimes even like up to 5 to 10 seconds of just being comboed. And it's like, if I was taking damage, I'd probably just be dead from getting cheesed that hard. Yeah, see, that's not very good. I feel like that's not nearly as good as just this move. Because as you can see, it does multiple hits at once, and I think it's supposed to be super strong. Well, actually, it's doing multiple hits because I have multiple weapons going, but yeah, I think it's just supposed to be very strong. It's really good for groups too, because you can see it hits quite a few things around me as well. Yeah, this is it. This is just the whole game. I like the many weapons thing. I like the decent amount of costumes. We got 5 playable characters this time, and we'll get into those after the story, just to get it out of the way, how they play. Because to be honest, I've only played as Aya and Saki at this point, because I realize that your best bet is to just double down on one character, or it just becomes a real long-ass grind. So the real true ending is this very last one. The Wabi Sabi. Question mark? Also, it says it's free. Like, we just did this one, and it was clearly a story mission. The story one before that was labeled as key. Now this one's free, and it's a story mission. See, my original plan was to just do all of them up to the next story mission, and then I just ended up doing a story mission by accident, because it was labeled as just key. Oh well.
まさか私よりも強くなっていただと。
私たちを甘く見ないでほしいわね。
そのようだ。そろそろ食すにはちょうどいいかもしれん。
何？
今までは殺さないように気をかけてやったが、もう手加減はせん。叩いて、噛んで、砕いて、しゃぶって、ちぎって、殴って、跡形もなく食らい尽くしてやる。
Alright, we're back in the gameplay. So this is the true final boss. When I was talking a moment earlier about how bad you can get stun locked, it also occurred to me, because I remember when I saw a clip of someone playing this doing the final boss, because I was like, oh, is there... Because I remember I saw someone asking questions about how to do it, and I was like, oh, is there something to it I should know about? So I watched a video on YouTube, and they were just playing as a gun character, and I was like, yeah, that seems smart, because all this time I was playing as the melee characters and getting like bamboozled non-stop, getting ganged up on, ambushed, and all sorts of bullshit. And I was like, if I was just playing as a gun character, I could just stay away and cheese them out. That's not fun at all. maybe even less fun than the melee, because let's be real, this isn't all that fun after a bit. Well, actually, I shouldn't say after a bit, it was hours. I was literally at this for hours to complete everything and get this one character maxed out. But you know what, I do it for my love of Onechanbara, and so that you guys can experience it through me instead of doing it yourself. But yeah, so quite obviously your best bet is just using a gun character. I didn't want to do that special, I wanted to do the good one that kills the enemies around me, because they're getting a little crowded. One thing you'll notice about this boss is, when I'm locked onto it, it occasionally has this attack that moves its animation very far forward, and that puts it behind me, and then really fucks up my lock. As you can see, it broke my lock, and now I'm locked onto this guy facing over here. So your best bet is to always have to re-lock onto it. See, it just did it again. It kept the lock that time, fortunately. But oftentimes, as you can see, it does not. See, now I'm facing this guy because she stepped out of the way. It's annoying. The game, you know, it's definitely got some great things added to it. But at the end of the day, it's a very grindy, very repetitive, and very uninspired PSP game. And it's what you expect. So I guess while I'm doing this, because this will be going on for a while, I'm going to tell you about how I've been translating this. I don't speak any Japanese at all. So the clips we just watched, I can't even comment on right now. I don't know what the exchange was like at all. I don't know what that orb thing was. The way I've been doing it... Yeah, that wasn't great. The way I've been doing it is after a session, and I've already completed Chapter 1, Chapter 2 is in progress. But what I do is I pop this into my video editor that I use for all my video editing. And when there is a line of dialogue on screen, I take a screenshot. I upload that onto, I believe the service is called Yandex. If I remember correctly, I just have it in my toolbar because I use it. I think I mentioned before, I use it for my mobile game that I'm playing that's in Japanese all the time. Really don't want to transition to another area, but oh, there's a fence there, okay. I'm worried that if I transition to another area, her health will be fully restored. I don't know how that works, because of course we don't see their health meters. But so I put it in Yandex, and then Yandex finds the Japanese text, and then translates it. And it's a mess. If you've translated Japanese to English using an online translator, like even just Google Translate before, you may notice that it's kind of a nonsensical mess. So what I do is I take that. That wasn't the final boss, by the way. There's a couple of them. There's more than just the one. So plenty more time for chatting. And so after that, I take the Japanese text and I put it into Google Translate as well, just for the second opinion. And then after that, I go and I have a little script thing and just written in basic old WordPad with the Japanese text, and then what the better of two translations from online, and then my own localization. Because, like I said, when you translate into, using an online translator, it just comes out as mostly nonsense. And, basing it on the context of what's happening in the game, who is saying it, the tone they're using, and just just knowing how they talk normally from previous games, I take the messy version that's been given to me through online translators, and I just sort of reword that myself into something that I think makes more sense or suits the game a bit more. And then after that, because that's not the final step, because again, I don't speak any Japanese, so what do I know? What do these online translators know? A friend of mine, I'm not sure how he wants to be credited in this video yet, but I'll refer to him as Catface, because that's how he's been referred to in previous videos. Longtime online friend of mine, he speaks Japanese. I have him look at my script, and I'm like, how did I do, more or less? and then he'll correct a couple things. Like he'll look, because that's another reason why I left the original Japanese text in there, so that whoever reads over it can see the source of what I used and be like, okay, I can see how he made this mistake. And I've made quite a few changes based on his input, so I was very grateful for that. And then I guess just after that, when I edit these videos, like I normally would for any LP, I'm just simply gonna overlay my localized text over the text in this video. I mean, by this point you've already seen that, because that's what it's gonna look like. That's just what the video is gonna look like. But yeah, now you know how we got there. Throw some kicks in there just to vary up a little bit. But yeah, I think this design is pretty cool. It's kind of hard to see with all the slashing and the moving going around, but it's just cool. You know, it's sexy and angelic, but demonic at the same time. It's cool. I like it. Which is a good thing, because if you thought we were only going to see it twice, you're in for a surprise. Because I mean, why would they make this cool final boss model and only use it one time? That's absurd. Now we have to move on. Wipe my sword for it. Get in there. One more time, because you know what they say, third time's the charm. But yeah, off stream, it's been just doing this over and over again, but with all the various bosses. Stop it, you're gonna make me area change by accident. That has happened to me before playing this. I want to attack you from this direction so that we're going up against a wall. But yeah, there's quite a few cool mini bosses that unfortunately we're not going to be able to see here. It's like a cool. Oh, we're doing it again. Why do you always want to area change? Oh yeah, circle brings up the items menu. I never figured that out because again, with me cheating this hard, I haven't needed it. But there's like a cool fetus boss. There's like these cool samurai things. There's like these dogs. This big old fat zombie thing. I think they're bosses that may have appeared in previous games. The dog one is especially annoying. That's when I discovered the problem with the infinite health thing. Is they have this really cheese move where they will literally do like 1, 2, 3. Wow, see the damage I just took? Hold on, let's take a second to look at that. Cause I only noticed it now while I was counting my pips. Pip, just give me a hit, just one hit. It might have been way too fast to see, but it took off more than half of my remaining health bar right now. So if I had done the like one more weapon boost thing, she would have killed me in one hit, even with the invincibility thing. And that's what was happening. The dog boss has this really cheese move. Oh, gotta wipe my sword. I'm barely doing damage now. Where it just takes off. It can just take off a shit ton of damage at one time. Because before I discovered that was a problem, I would just keep doing it until I had like 2 pips left, or I had like 2 or 3 pips left, and just being like, yeah, because I want to maximize the damage just to get this over with faster. But yeah, so just kind of been working around that. There was one cheat that I had that's just press L and R to win the mission right away, and that only worked once, and then it never worked again. So it really did take hours. I couldn't just cheese through it like I had hoped. You know, I would literally be doing this with every boss each time. And yeah, it's just, I mean, gun characters are bust, probably. Yeah, if more missions had just been defeat X amount of enemies, that would have been way better, because the bosses are just so long and grindy and boring, and really break the mission. And the entire game, for the most part, since it's just all of the missions, there's always a long-ass boss. I guess one thing you can do is once she's doing that animation, you just kind of wait for her to come back and get in front of you again. But you know, there's different tactics. I mean, I probably didn't develop very great tactics because I've just been cheesing my way through it like we're seeing right here. And you know what? I cannot imagine playing this game legit. I mean, leave a nasty comment if you will, telling me I'm a cheater and I suck at games. I don't care. I actually had a comment recently on a Touch the Dead playthrough I did a while ago. Because I was like, nah, the game's too hard, I'm just gonna cheat and use like the infinite health and ammo thing. And someone's like, yeah, I beat this myself. It was easy and I unlocked God mode. And my comment was just, I hope that I'm as cool and as good as you someday, or something to that effect. I don't care. The only reason I don't just disable comments for all my videos is because I want to create the illusion that sometimes I care, but I don't. Alright, so this is the final ending. I'm not only looking forward to seeing this right now, but looking forward to translating it later and knowing what the hell is going on. Oh, that was it, nothing. Alright, now that that's all out of the way, I guess it just comes down to checking out the different playstyles. I'm going to, of course, pick easy-ass missions. And to be honest, we're probably not even going to do the entire mission. So this is Reiko's sword. It seems to be more or less the same as all the other ones. Maybe it's a little bit different, I can't really tell. But yep, that's... She slashes, and she kicks. Wow, that was the mission clear already. I wasn't even expecting to finish the mission. Now we know which one to go to. Alright, so she's got her shotgun, I guess? Yeah, it's definitely another lock-on thing. Wait, does it lock on? I don't think it locks on. No, you just aim straight with it. Yeah, I think you have to manually aim. Because the lock-on just goes into this mode, and as you can see, it doesn't actually lock on to anything. Also, I've changed the blood to black, for whatever reason. I don't know. I also have kicks. I mean, I can just shoot it blind too, but it's not very good. Yeah, this isn't great. I think when I saw someone taking on the final boss, it was with the shotgun, so maybe it's super OP. I mean, I have a very... I think I just bought the strongest shotgun and then just fused a couple things into it. Like, this one isn't maxed out. I guess I can also do this. And what's her special? Oh, she does a bunch of slapping. That seems to have a soft lock. I don't know. This isn't great. Let's get out. Alright, next up is Misery with her big sword. The one that I have is the club with nails in it. So it's not as big as usual. I think it still has a pretty big range though, I can't super remember. Perhaps not. Her combo definitely seems different. She's not winging it around like a really heavy weapon. Of course, we still have the triangle kicks. Let's try her special out. Wow, it's just a big area of effect. That's super good. Yeah, I think that also costs HP. So I'm seeing my HP drop momentarily. Alright, so even if this isn't the strongest of her secondary swords, I brought it because of the sheer stupidness of it. Look at how stupid this thing looks. It doesn't seem to have a fixed animation. It seems like it actually has some sort of like physics behind it. Anyway, let's swing this fucking thing around. Yeah, this is the combo I know and love. Look at this, it's terrible. It's just so fucking big. What a good fucking combo. Man, I should have... Oh wow, look at how... There's like just hangy dudes out there. I definitely should have leveled up Misery. It's just that Misery is the last one you unlock, so I didn't even think to care about it. Yeah, everyone just get out. Misery's so cool. Your stupid sword. It's all like breaking. The animation is falling apart. all over the place. But yeah, that's it. It'd be a lot easier if I just did it this way, just blow them all up. Just find a big crowd and just blow them all up. Oh, that could be taken out of context. Please don't record me saying that and putting that anywhere in a different context. I'm getting on a plane soon. Can't have that shit. Alright, so Anna's first weapons is dual pistols. And it seems like she locks a bit. No, I think it's also just the same kind of thing. It's very fast though, and the ammo count is very high. Oh, I see. When she moves, they keep the guns there so you know where it's gonna hit. Or maybe not, I don't super know. Oh, we also got the big slaps. Slaps and a kick. Let's take a look at this special. What the hell was that? She just like roll a grenade? Yeah, I think maybe she just rolls a grenade. Yeah, I guess it's just the middle of the screen is where the bullets are gonna be. It's okay, I guess. Oh, mission's cleared already. Yeah, it's fine. Definitely a good way to avoid all the situations I was complaining about. Now here's a cool look for Anna. I don't think Anna's very cool, but this is a cool look for Anna. So I think the first one is just shotgun. Is triangle different? Yeah. And triangle is minigun. That's pretty cool. Shotgun's got a bit of an annoying pause. How can let's see how well I can wield this thing. Oh yeah, I can just stand still and just fucking. You can just look at the mini map and sort of guess where your opponents are. That worked well enough. Okay, it auto reloads. That's good. Am I supposed to do something there? Like it says reload. Oh, okay. Maybe I was supposed to press square. I tried pressing square that time. Yeah, you can just kind of mow them down. Yeah, I like doing this an awful lot. This seems like a real winner's way to clear crowd control. That's pretty much it. I guess we've seen all the story, we've seen all the gameplay. And that's it from Onechanbara Special. I guess coming up next is the Japanese one on the PlayStation 3. Thanks for watching.